Hello and welcome to Untitled Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Aries. Okay, so this is going to be for any planet or star you have in your chart under Aries. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out, alright? And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms because heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, the way I work is that I first pull cards from the Radlech Valentine Fairy Tarot deck, then I clarify those with the Brian Frouds Fairy Oracle, and finally, if I need any further clarification, I use Sylvia Nestor's Mirror Truth Lenormand deck. Now, we all have an intuition and it's key that we learn how to use it, so check out the video I post on Monday for that. And a reading is like a snapshot of the possible future that might arise if you continue doing what you've been doing up to this point. If you don't like it, change what you're doing. It's as simple as that. Now, with that being said, my gorgeous Arieses, let's get into your cards. Okay. Yep. These. Oi, oi, oi. Wow. I might need some new tarot cards. Might be a possibility. Okay. So please, angels and guides, anyone from highest good who has a message for my Aries. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, we got the Hangman in the reverse, and we also got the Empress pointing towards the left. Two majors. Okay. So, please, angels and guides, anyone who has good, who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone who has good. And we got the Magician in the upright. That makes major number 3. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share what they should expect from the coming week. Please, angels and guides. And we got the 7 of Summer. 7 of Summer. Now let us clarify. By the way, I use selenite on my decks to cleanse and purify them. Yep. So, please, angels. Okay. To clarify, Awakening in the reverse, which is the Hangman in this deck, you have the Fairy Godmother on upright. You have Epona as well, daughter, upright as well. And you also have She of the Crutch, but in the reverse. Interesting. So, please, angels and guides, anyone who has good or has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share why the Empress is here pointing towards the left. Please, angels and guides, anyone who has good. And you got Sylvanus with Jehobiah at the bottom of the deck. What the? Okay. Next. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share what the Magician is doing here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share what the Magician is doing here in the upright. You have Tintin the Sylph with Geo the Slow at the bottom of the deck, followed by Mike the Myomancer. Very similar. Then you got Iris of the Rainbow. And Nellis the Alchemist. Interesting. Okay, now, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share why the Seven of Summer is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share. And you got a collective of pixies. And here's a fairy sword at the bottom of the deck. Followed by fairies of the future. Behind that. As well as Singer of Transfiguration. Behind that. And following that is the Singer of Courage. Following that is the Singer of Intuition. Following that is the Singer of Connection. And following that is the Birth Mother. Very, very interesting. Oi. Okay. Now. Alright. We start. Number 1. The Hangman in the Reverse. Now, the Hangman in the Reverse would mean that for this week, just this week, okay, is that you are not changing the way you view things. You are sticking to what you know, and you're not shifting it. You are actually embracing your similar, in French you would say similitude, so your what makes you like other people. And then you have okay, so there's actually no pause. You're not taking a moment. You're not taking a breather. You're just going with it. So what I'm seeing is you found your peeps and you're sticking to them. Your crowd. That is what I am seeing. Well, yes. Now, the cards clarifying that. Okay, the first one is the Fairy Godmother. And the Fairy Godmother in the upright means gifts, talents, grace, helpful lessons. Helpful lessons. And I don't see if you notice, but around the Fairy Godmother, there are a lot of people. So she's surrounded. Okay, there's one person here. It's like an elf. There's a one here. There's another. There's an owl here. Is there any others? No, but she is surrounded. She's surrounded and taken care of. And she has the moon on her crown. Which to me would be like the moon is secrets. Represents secrets. So she, like the universe, she doesn't. She won't tell you how she made it happen, but she'll just make it happen, and you'll just be like, "What? Where did this come from?" And you'll be like, "But I'm happy it came." You know. Then you have Epona's Wild Daughter. Now, Epona's Wild Daughter is inner shadow, nightmare, depression, madness, and growth. So, whatever these lessons are, and usually the lessons that the Fairy Godmother bring are good ones and are helpful ones. So you have, maybe they will be maddening, maybe they will be very, very difficult to go through, but you have changed your frame of mind, which means that you are more receptive to these things, which means you look for the magic in every single one of them before they come or when they come, right? Then you have She of the Crutch in the reverse. Now, She of the Crutch is archetypal energy is blocked. So maybe that's what you're not moving forward. You're seeing where you are precisely because you found your group, you found your niche, you found your tribe, and you're like, I ain't moving nowhere. I ain't moving nowhere. Nay, I like it here and I'm staying put. Right? Right. Now, next card is the Empress pointing towards the left. Now, cards pointing towards the left, to me, as a reader, mean that they happen in the past or they're happening super slowly. So, for either of these possibilities, you have attracted something in your reality. Or no, there's something in your reality, okay, let's say it that way, that has allowed you to take action to create whatever you want, and success that allows for a life of luxury. So in this case, for one, which is the ones who've done it in the past, for you guys, you're just reaping the benefit of this card. For those for whom this is coming in slowly, there's something that is stopping it from coming in, and that thing is, I don't know what that is, but we'll see with the two cards clarifying. So the two cards clarifying are Sylvanus, which is truth cutting through deception, clarity. So that thing that is coming in, but you're not. Okay, so for those whom this hasn't happened yet, okay, for those whom this is happening super slowly, it's probably because there's a truth coming in that you are not actually willing to see. You're not cutting through deception. You aren't seeing the truth. You aren't. But this would have been in the reverse. So basically, I feel like I'm talking to the ones that have made this happen already in the past. So I'm reiterating myself. So for those who, and for the other ones, it's about to arrive. You just have to figure out what it is that you're not seeing. You know, because everybody, most readings are for everyone. It's just where they are at the time in their life, which means that life is moving. It's not linear. Basically, it's not linear, and so you go back and forth in line. Sometimes you need to relearn the lesson twice before you can move on, right? And fully have it ingrained within you. So I think that's what, for those who haven't had this yet, it's mainly that you're getting there, you're on the way, there's something that you're not allowing in, and you need to figure out what that is. For those who this has happened for, this Empress energy already, it just means that you are cutting through deception and you're getting to the truth of the matter, and that is amazing. Next you have Jehovah. Now G stands for unreal hazards, imaginary fears, realistic caution. Maybe, so maybe For the group who's had this already happen, the reason is because you're cutting through deception and you're getting to the truth. The second group, the one who haven't had it yet, are stuck in unreal hazards, imaginary fears, and unrealistic cautions. You know? So it is up to you to figure out which one you are and to act accordingly. Next, for both of yous, okay, this is definitely, this hasn't happened yet. It is coming in. You just have to figure out what this truth you're not letting in is. But once you do, oh my gosh, is it going to be gorgeous. What you are going to get is going to be amazing. It is going to be the magician's work. It is going to blow your mind. Really, it is. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. Absolutely. Yes, you can. Okay. Next, you've got Tintin the Sylph. Now, Tintin talks of acute intellect, quickness, mental synthesis, and discernment. So basically, the reason why the magician has arrived in your reality is because you can quickly, you have a acute intellect. You can see what is good, what is not. You can synthesize and decide. You can synthesize and discern from the good against the bad. Okay? Then you've got Geo the Slow. Now, Geo the Slow talks of cycles of time, slowness, waiting, and patience. Now, what this means, my friends, is that this might take a bit of time. Or for those who this hasn't happened yet, it might take a bit of time. And for those who's had this happen, it would have taken some time, because don't forget, there's a lot of subconscious coding that you need to work through. Number one, there's a lot of subconscious laying down new foundations that needs to happen before this can take place. And I can tell you one thing. It'll take as much time as you believe it'll take. If you think it's going to take longer than it should, it will. If you think it will take a lot less time, it'll take a lot less time. So you pick the rapidity of which it happens. Though you need to be aware that you need to be ready to make the necessary adjustments to make it happen quickly or not. Okay. Next, you have Mike the Myomancer. Now, Mike, talks of small clues, details, the messages everywhere, patience. So for those of you for whom this is happening slowly, or for those for whom it has happened, it possibly might have taken some time because you need to go through the messages everywhere. There are details sprinkled everywhere, and you're like, where do I start? You don't know. So what you do is that you start somewhere and then you gather stuff. Okay? And you gather details and you gather information, and that's how you get by. Next, you have Iris of the Rainbow. Now, Iris of the Rainbow talks of hope and promise for the future. Now, the reason why you are dealing with this and you are taking the fact that it's taking too long, because my father's an Aries. I dated an Aries. Well, if they like things to happen quickly, but I mean, my father is pretty patient for that which he absolutely wants. So, I mean, make sure that this is absolutely what you want, for you to put in the necessary time and effort for you to make this into a reality. Next, so Aries Rainbow, because it will take time, as Gio the Slow mentioned. But if you have a end goal in mind, something that you are absolutely determined to realize, it will definitely flourish and become a reality. But I'm using but and okay. So make it an end goal and visualize it happened already, and feel how you would feel when it has happened. Don't try to figure out how, don't try to figure out when, just figure out what you want, how you'll feel about it, and that is all that you need to do. Because once your conscious mind, and if you've done it enough times that it is now in your subconscious, that it is ingrained within you, well, then your subconscious mind, what your subconscious mind thinks, it has to make a reality. It has to turn it into a reality. It just must. So you gots to, think about it a bit. Like a lot to make it into your subconscious and turn it into a subconscious programming. But then the good thing is that once you make it into a subconscious programming, okay, you will be able to tap into Nellis the Alchemist's energy. Now, I say subconscious programming, you're like, what? I can tell you something, okay? After my accident, because I have said a couple of times on this channel, I was hit by a car at age 19, and I had a vision that I would get better in 5 years. Now, it took me longer. That is why I say that it is important for you not to put a time frame on it, because once I hit the 5-year mark, okay, and I had not achieved what I wanted to achieve, I could have lost all hope and all that stuff. I think I gave myself like a week to figure out if I was going to continue down that path, or if I was going to just, forget about everything and just let the chips fall where they may. And it was a week where I was depressed. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take my life back, and I'm going to work my butt off to get to where I want to get. And that's what I did. And that is what happened. Now, along the way, okay, I had a lot of times where the image I had in my mind, which was me looking 100% perfect, let's just say 100% perfect is a fallacy, is an impossible feat to accomplish, but that I looked like I was better than average, that nothing could scare me, that nothing had happened, all that, and I just worked on achieving that, even if it took me longer, even if I got there at a later time, I did it anyway. And I think that is what a lot of people don't seem to, that might be one of the things that why people lose hope, people lose interest. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't, as long as you get there. Okay? Now, the next card is the 7 of Summer. Now, the 7 of Summer is the 7 of Cups in this deck. It says, no more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. So, you can create whatever you want in your reality. But now, because you're the alchemist, because you are not only the magician, you are also the alchemist. So you can basically create anything you want. So now you have too much choice. You're like, what do I do? Right? So you're like, well, what do? I find that thing that I like to do in a group setting, and I stick to it, because a collective of pixies talks of duty, willingness, joyful participation, and virtue. Okay, something that you enjoy doing. Like, for example, today I had a presentation to give, and I was like fired. I really like giving presentations. I like to energize my presentations, and I could see it on at least one person's face because I couldn't see all the others because we were doing a Zoom call, that it was interesting. I was engaging people. It was fun. They were engaged. I felt energetically, I felt it. We weren't in the same room, but energetically I felt it. And so you see, that is what you need to find. What makes your heart sing, what you love to do. And one of them might be to work in group settings. That might be why a collective of pixies is out. Next, you have He of the Fairy Sword. Okay, and He of the Fairy Sword talks of active principle, spiritual will, justice, protection. So whatever you choose, whatever you have decided to go after, you will be protected in. You will be protected. You will be able to reach whatever you want to reach and all that jazz. Next, you have the undressing of a salad. Now, the undressing of a salad, okay, talks of balance, avoiding extremes, achieving the impossible, being impossible. Basically, you give off first of all, look at this card, okay? Everyone else is brown on this card, except this dude, who's blue. And if you've seen nothing but brown all your life, when you see blue, you're like, wait a minute, what? What am I seeing now? Is that blue? How can that be? So you kind of don't fit the mold as for most people. Like, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but you might like make them exceed a little, exceed their standards, and to help make them want to transform. I'm too excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I don't want to lose control, but I think I like it. It's so exciting, and I just can't hide it. I don't want to lose control, but I think I like it. Do I? I don't know. Then you got the Singer of Transfiguration. Now, what did I talk about? Change. That you make other people want to become better, because you are like a shining beacon of light. You're like, whoa, I want to be more like that. Huh? So, Singer of Transfiguration is talks about transformation, transcendence, and metamorphosis. You are not sure because you have all of this. You have all this choice. You know you want to work with people. You just don't know exactly how you want to work with it. But whatever it is, you know that your choice will be protected. If I can turn back time, if I can find a way. That was interesting. Share. If I can turn back time, if I can find a way, take back the words that hurt you and you'd stay. Really, that would be interesting. Okay, so next card, you got the Singer of Courage. Now, Singer of Courage talks of bravery, sublimation of fear, and moral strength. So, wasn't I talking about you like this a lot, and so you have to, your choice how it's a little different from, like, you like duty, you like to work with a group, but for some reason this might go a little against the grain, and you're like, shouldn't I, from everything I have in front of me, I love what I'm doing. Yes. And so you're kind of like on the fence about something, because you're like, this might make me stretch myself or stretch my group. Make them grow, make them transcend. Do I want to rock the boat? I don't know. That's where the singer of intuition, singer of intuition comes in, which is telling you, use your perceptiveness, your oracular powers, your awareness, and trust it. Trust it and take action on it, because what you will see, it will create, you'll be able to tap in the singer of connection after you connect with your intuition more. Because the singer of connection talks of spiritual connection, karma, balance, empathy. Basically, when you decide on what you're going to go after, what makes your heart sing, okay? Basically, people will just flock to you, because they see that you're doing this out of love, out of joy, out of whatever you want. So it will be like, they'll be like moths to a flame. They will just be attracted to you. Yes, they will. Next, you have the birth mother. Now, the birth mother, okay, talks of creativity, nurturing, productivity, intimacy, and sheltering. Okay, these words are written really small. Actually, I wrote them. In any case, really, really, really small. So, yeah. Whilst you are creating this thing that you are going after, you need to, like, be sheltering of yourself. You need to nurture yourself, because it is going to be difficult until you get to where you need to get in order to have people like flock to you. It is going to take you time, and you need to be patient and nurture yourself until you get there, because it will take time and effort, and it will be a little bit demanding of you, but it's totally worth it, because it will help you get to where you want to get, is what I'm picking up on. Okay, so my gorgeous Aries, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore them comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. Alright? And with that being said, my gorgeous Aries, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye!